Hey, y'all.
And welcome to night 2 of the Carrboro Film Festival.
My dream for the kids would be to leave them the farm.
Ain't supposed to let nobody die of thirst or starve to death.
Is that all it comes down to? Do we simply transact to gain entrance into the kingdom?
Okay, are you okay?
Are you just standing in the middle of the kitchen, crying and eating chicken?
Yeah.
You know, when you think about it, you're kind of a hero.
Yeah, I'm very well aware of where Cleveland is, Sarah.
Greetings, I'm Huru, and this is Cameron, and we're the host of Matinee Prices. We're also helping to host this year's Carrboro Film Festival.
Aw.
Dude, what's wrong?
Nothing.
Come on.
Okay, fine. I'm still angry that they didn't accept my movie, okay?
You cannot do a shot-for-shot remake of Caddyshack with G.I. Joes and submit that.
Okay, first of all, I can do that because I did do that. Secondly, that was my passion project. That was my Citizen Kane.
Why didn't you just make a remake of Citizen Kane?
Remake Citizen Kane with G.I. Joes. That's crazy. You legit sound like a crazy person right now, and I'm a little embarrassed to know you, frankly.
Okay.
But fine, I don't care because the true great artists are never appreciated in their own time. I'm like friggin' Van Gogh over here.
You absolutely are. That is a completely healthy and not at all crazy way of looking at it.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
All right, let's get this festival started.
Right on.
Welcome to Hot Set, presented by the Carrboro Film Festival of 2020. We're bringing it all to you virtually this year, guys, and that is thanks to the town of Carrboro and the Carrboro Tourism Development Authority. We are live streaming here at the Cat's Cradle in downtown Carrboro, North Carolina, and we have such a great show for you this evening. We're going to share some festival content. We're going to talk about films. We have some special guests this evening. Puppet Master Jeghetto is here. I saw him warming up, and it looks amazing. You're not going to want to miss that. Keith Knight, cartoonist and creator of Woke, which is now airing on Hulu, will be joining us up on stage for a discussion. I am so excited about that. If you haven't seen the show, check it out. It is wonderful. And of course, we cannot be in the Cat's Cradle without live music. The soulful and stunning Azul is here this evening. And I just want to say that if you want to access the festival, you can do that through November 29th. And you can find out all of that information, how to do that, on our website, www.carborofilm.org. We have some prizes to give away this evening. I'm going to go ahead and get that started. If you will, in the comments section, give us the answer to the following question. What is your favorite movie featuring puppets and why? What is your favorite movie featuring puppets and why? Leave that in the comments section. Your name will go into a drawing. Winners will be announced at the end of the show and will receive a gift card packet for downtown Carrboro businesses. We're supporting the town, making you happy. I can't wait to see your answers. Do you like talking about cool movies? Do you miss VisArt video? I know I do. If the answer is yes, then you are going to adore these two. Typically on a Saturday evening, they are heard on 103.5 WCOM, talking all about some movies, but we have them here on stage with us tonight in the Cat's Cradle. Please give a warm welcome to Cameron Price and Huru Price of Matinee Prices.
What's going on, y'all? Real quick, we've got some, and thank you, Edith. She left out some legal jargon that we have to get out of the way first. I've got the sheet right here, and it says, "Hi, Mom." So, hi, Mom. Hit it.
Hi, Mom.
There you go. Okay, we got that out of the way. As Edith said, we are Matinee Prices. I am Huru Price. This is Cameron Price. We are normally heard on WCOM LP 103.5 FM, and we do movie talk. Both of us used to work at a local independent video store, which is now gone. It got Netflixed, if you will. But we still talk about movies, and we love movies, film, long movies, short movies, movies that climb on rocks, all the movies that you can handle. And normally we do the show there, but we're doing it here tonight. And I want to give a quick shout out to Nick Beery and Jackie Helvey. They started the Carrboro Film Festival about 1,500 years ago. It was a very long time ago. They had to create the buildings to have the festival in. They had to create the art center. They had to create and build the Century Center. Then they had to make film, because that wasn't invented yet. And then, of course, with a lot of independent films here, so they had to make independent film, because that wasn't created yet. And it's Carrboro, so, of course, organic film.
All the films are
free
organic,
range,
free range, farm to table.
Probiotic.
Yes, you can
named
feel
films.
good about consuming these films.
Yeah, so
There's
you're
no
gonna love
guilt
these
attached.
films, and you can feel good, like you said, about consuming these films. They're good for you. So, films.
Films. Well, first off, I just want to say I am happy to be out of the house. I'm happy to be among people. This has been insane. One thing I've learned about
2020, man.
this year is that it's really frustrating trying to teach a dog how to play board games. My dog, Baxter, he sucks at Scrabble, but he's weirdly good at Connect Four, which is bizarre because dogs are colorblind.
So, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And Baxter's like a little thing.
Yeah, so that's really what I've come out of 2020 knowing, is that you can teach a dog to play Connect Four if you really work at it.
If you really, and offer him enough treats.
Yeah.
We are here to present to you, or introduce to you, the Carrboro Film Festival. This is a collection of independent artists, like just world-traveling, weary warriors, people who just have to make film. They're not George Clooney. They don't have money like Robert Downey Jr. They're just like, we want to make films, and we have $2 and a candlestick. What do we do? And they get together with friends, and they make movies.
Yep.
And it's a beautiful thing. It's one of those things, I mean, how important would you consider being this year, 2020, for a festival like this? I think it's even more important this year than ever.
I would have to agree with you. It's incredibly important. I think it's reassuring for people to know that despite a literal global art and get it out to the people, and creativity is one of those things that helps people get through times like this. And I just take my hat off. I'm not wearing a hat. I don't like to wear hats.
Yeah,
I've never been a hat person.
He's not wearing a hat.
Had I chosen to wear a hat, I would doff it thusly to all of the filmmakers and people who are responsible for making this happen.
I've noticed when you watch independent films and sort of, and we've got all of it. We've got shorts, we've got full length, we've got documentaries, we've got like the gamut, dramas, comedies, stuff in between, hybrids. Cameron always says I like to watch hybrid movies, nothing just like straight this, straight that. It's got to have everything. I've noticed after years of watching this and coming to the film festival, the Hollywood formula, because you watch these things and these are made, again, by just people in the neighborhood, like they would sing on Sesame Street.
Yeah.
People who you see walking their dogs, and people, you run into at the grocery store, and just regular people. So you start to realize, what do people like us, what do we talk about? What do we make films about? And then you get to see it. And then you see the difference between something that costs $10 million, $20 million,
Yeah.
That has the big stars on it. And you come to appreciate even more stuff that people make, like just sort of normal, everyday people. And again, I can't stress enough, this year especially, because 2020, man, It's been quite the year, shall we say?
Yeah, it's been something. And having seen a lot of these movies, I can say all the ones that I've seen have been good to great.
Okay.
You know, they've all been winners. And I'm a big fan of short films because I feel like if you have 90 minutes or 2 hours to tell a story, it's a little easier because you have to have a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Right.
But if you can have a beginning, a middle, and an end in 7 minutes, that's really impressive.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing a lot of that
Yeah.
with the lineup this year, and I've been blown away by a lot of them.
What have you seen?
Well, I just today I've got my list. I watched a hilarious movie today called Black Friday Man about a wannabe superhero who can honestly only work one day a year.
Yeah.
And, but it was very good. And growing up, I spent my summers at Myrtle Beach, and I saw a fantastic short documentary called Mr. Myrtle Beach about a photographer named Jack Thompson who has lived in Myrtle Beach for 60, 65 years, and he's been documenting everything with his camera.
Right.
And it blew me away
Yeah.
because, like I said, I spent my summers at Myrtle Beach, and I had literally never heard of this person, but
Right.
he's known as Mr. Myrtle Beach.
Right.
A lot of great stuff.
I can tell you, we had, again, this is night 2. So last night we had some artists on over at the Art Center. We had a young lady on, Anna Barker, who did a movie
Right.
called Level Up.
Yep.
And it, like you always say, I like my hybrid movies.
Yep.
So this film in not even half an hour.
Yeah.
It wasn't even that long. Had dance. She's traditionally a dancer.
Yep.
So she incorporated dance heavily in this film. Dance, comedy, like something you would see like on NBC. It was amazing. Comedy, there were some tense moments in there. And the music, the soundtrack is fantastic.
Great music.
So it's one of those things where like you got all of that in roughly 25 minutes, just like that. I guarantee you, unless you're sort of familiar with the actual people personally in Durham or where have you, you've never seen any of these people before. You may never have heard this place before. There was an axe throwing establishment in there. I had never heard of that before, ever. Didn't know that was a thing.
That's been
It's like darts, just with axes.
It's been a hipster thing for a while.
Has it?
Yeah, for
I've been out of the loop
5 or 10
then.
years. Yeah.
I am not hip.
Yeah.
Never said I was. Cameron apparently agrees. He never says that either.
No, I've literally never said that. Speaking of hip, I saw another fantastic movie called His and Herzog, and I can't even say why you should watch this movie. It's short. You're going to love it, and if you're a fan of the madness that is Werner Herzog, you really need to watch. Even if you don't know who he is, you'll enjoy this. But if you're a fan of Werner Herzog and the crazy things he says, you will love this movie. And having a lot of friends who work in the service industry, specifically as bartenders, Tuesday Night Fever was hilarious. A young woman, her first night at work at a new bar, and she's dealing with a couple of customers who are really out there.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
And the performance, all three of those actors were amazing.
There were 4.
Oh yeah. At the beginning, yeah. I'm always impressed.
A black guy.
I'm always impressed. You got me. I'm always impressed by people who can convincingly play drunk, because a lot of times people go over the top, and you can't actually get drunk to play it because then you're drunk and you can't remember your lines.
Right.
But I was really impressed by the level of acting with them playing that level of drunkenness.
I hated those people.
Yeah, you're supposed to. That's the point of the movie. But I guarantee you, if you're a bartender watching that movie, you're going to be like, oh my God, I've met these people. You know, that's something that a lot of people, especially in this, there's a lot of bartenders. A lot of my friends are bartenders. I'm sure they can relate. So if you're looking for a good laugh, check out Tuesday Night Fever. It's another short film, but man, it was hilarious.
He doesn't have any friends. He just drinks a lot.
But
I can concur
but
with
I'm
him.
I buy my friends because I'm a good tipper.
There you go. I can confer with him about that movie, though. It was enough to like, you're going to see I'm a big fan of T-shirts. Obviously, we're sporting our Carrboro Film Festival T-shirts. You know, you're going to see me. I'm about T-shirts. I wanted a Tuesday Night Fever T-shirt.
Yeah.
Like I'm just going to make that for that movie. Like I said before, if you love cats, I didn't say this before, but I'm saying it now. If you love cats, we've got all the movies you can handle here in the Carrboro Film Festival. If you are not liking cats,
there's another movie.
There's another film.
If you flat out hate cats, there's one specific movie that is really going to be right up your alley.
So you're covered, cat lover, cat hater. But we're gonna wrap up again. Check out all these movies if you can. It's the deal of the century,
It
or
really
at least
is.
of 2020. And
it's a good way to end the year. You can do something good. You're supporting local artists. I also want to say, check out the film Hangry. It was also hilarious. Support local films, support Southern filmmakers, support Southern artists, support the Carrboro Film Festival. Go online, order the festival. It's worth it.
Just provide support. And now, back to Edith.
I'm doing a freeze frame.
Matinee Prices, everyone. Yeah.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to the Carrboro Film Festival.
Huru.
This year Dude, what do you want? Why are you staring at me like that?
Because I just came up with a really great idea for a little bit we could do, and it would segue into this next performance really nicely.
Oh, no. I'm not going to like this idea, am I?
I'd like you to say hello to my friend Waldo.
Yeah, I was right. I'm not going to like this idea.
Waldo thinks you're going to love it. We have a song prepared for you. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had an Eskimo, E-I-E-I-O, with a quack quack here and a moo moo there, here a quack, here an oink, everywhere a bark bark. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I. Big finish.
I apologize for my friend here, folks. Please, enjoy the rest of the Carrboro Film Festival.
Everyone, here is Jeghetto.
Peace, everybody. What's up, Film Festival? I am Jim Crow the Puppet. Yes, Jim Crow the Puppet. I'm starting off Jeghetto's workshop. I'm kind of new in town, so holla at me on IG. But hit it. Silence. The loud silence, the peaceful violence, the beautiful ugliness, the sweet stench of my habitat, infested with clumsy cats who lack agility, staggering through the inner city intoxicated, drunk off negative energy that saturates lost souls, leaving them soaked, reeking of that sweet stench. Irritated by the silent screams, I cover my ears to try to muffle the loud silence, but the silent screams come from within. The beautiful ugliness of my environment, my habitat, with bright colors and tinted with shades of gray, smothering the radiance of color. Darkness commits acts of peaceful violence on light. Constant rattles of shackles and chains, jingling and jangling in my brain. The loud silence, the peaceful violence, the beautiful ugliness, the sweet stench of sidewalks stained with innocent plasma, victims of peaceful violence. As I stand on concrete, scattered with cigars, and broken glass scattered on creating ghetto masterpiece. I look at the top of the sky and scream with their lungs. The loud silence. Yeah. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up.
Welcome back, Huru.
Art is science is art is science is art is science is art is science is art is expression, a blessing, a physical manifestation of thought. An artist creates something from nothing. The creator, architects, writers, sculptors, painters, creating artifacts for the future. Now artists being reproduced by computers. Artists hip-hop from graffiti to the breakdance. Artists fashion when you make the people glance. Colors and shapes strategically placed. Art is the paint on the warrior's face. The art of war taken to the streets. The articulation of speech over beats. Cause art is science is art is science is art is science is art is science is the study of any grade of a given knowledge. The ghetto scientist didn't do college. The average proletarian run around shook while I keep my face in the book. Science is close observation, experimentation, classification of the notes that are made. Science was brought forth in the Nile Valley, not a father of civilization, selling crack out of alleys, living a life of science fiction in a world full of theories and contradictions. Science is actual and factual, no hocus pocus. Keep the mind focused, cause art is science is art is science is science, black. Science, to take an image from the mind, manipulate lines to make a blueprint for a structure. Science is crunching numbers, using mathematics to get precise measurements and calculations. Now let's build a monument to honor the mind, celebrate mankind and stand the test of time, cause art is science is art is science is art is science. Come on, art is science. Come on. Yeah, I am Jim Crow the Puppet. Holler at me on Instagram. Thank you, Carrboro Film Festival. Enjoy the rest of the show.
From the abyss of the ocean to the jungle floor, web spinner, explore more.
Mega Man 2.
is dedicated to my cousin Tom Mee. I lost him in 2020. He's like a brother to me. Rest in peace, cousin. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Film Festival. I'm Jeghetto. Peace.
What's up, folks? Yeah, bruh. I'm here with Jeghetto, puppeteer extraordinaire. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here.
I love that T-shirt, bro.
Yeah.
Love the T-shirt.
Told you I love T-shirts. I love T-shirts. So I have seen you now. It's been over 10 years.
Definitely.
I even owe you, I can say in front of everyone, I owe you an apology, because when I first saw you, you were just hanging out, you know, out here in, you know, sidewalks of Carrboro, and I saw you and he had the thing. I was like, that's cool, you know, like I'm gonna have to give him, you know, a couple of dollars or something like that, because he's doing his thing, you know, not realizing that you were basically a virtuoso, you know, like, and of course over the years I've come to, I was like, oh, this is an artist.
It's funny you brought that up, because, you know, I was busking. I was actually rehearsing and practicing out in public and getting paid tips for it.
Yep, yep, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I still like street perform every chance I get, because I like interacting with people.
Good, because there'll be some other schmuck like me who are like, oh, that's nice, and then they'll go online like, oh, okay. So I gotta ask, how long have you been doing this?
About 20 years now,
20
about
years.
18, 19 years.
Now,
I lose track.
you make these puppets as well, correct?
Yes, all out of recycled and found materials, well, mostly.
Okay, so when you started puppetry, did you just immediately start making them, or did that take a little more time?
I just jumped right in, man, just like everything else.
Yeah?
I just used what I had around me that was around the house, because I'm a visual artist anyway, so I had a lot of art supplies.
Okay.
So I just turned my art into a three-dimensional movement.
Okay, right on. Well, I gotta ask, Edith wanted to ask this. She wanted to know specifically, when you move puppets, is there a term for that? Is it moving puppets?
Steering, driving,
Steering.
guiding.
Most people say manipulation, but I say I like to, what's the word I was looking for? Suggest a movement.
Okay.
Like if I wanted to move to the left, there are some puppeteers who are really precise about their choreography of the puppet. I just say I just want to move a certain way, and I let the gravity and the puppet do the rest of it. So I'm like doing like 50%.
Yeah.
And I just let the build of the puppet do the rest.
See, and obviously, like I said, I've been knowing you now for a while now. We've talked before, and I always wondered when you're performing, what sort of mental space are you in when you bring a puppet out and you're moving or suggesting? Like what's going on mentally?
Time traveling, jumping dimensions.
Yeah.
I'm doing all type of things. And there's been performances where I actually closed my eyes and did a whole set with my eyes closed because I'm that in tune with the puppet.
Now are you? Is it the same for every puppet, or is it sort of a different dimension for each puppet? Like do you give
each puppet has its own separate energy.
Okay.
Yeah, the cellist puppet, I have like spiritual, crazy things that happen while I was performing with that puppet.
Right. Wow.
And then there are other ones that are more kid-friendly, where I'm interacting with children. I have a puppy marionette that I built that I actually interact with dogs with. It fools dogs.
Yeah.
To the point that dogs are coming up and sniffing and sniffing the butt.
I've seen you bring people in with the puppy and quickly drive them away with the spider.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
they're like, oh, whoa, and I've seen people jump and just like, and you're just standing there like, it's just a spider, and they're like, nope, and just out of the way. I've got to ask you, in this day and age, this digital age that we are in, of VR headsets and Xboxes and PlayStations and the internet, you're doing puppets.
Yes.
Like why?
I mean, it's an ancient art form and it's timeless. Like even if there is a solar flare and all the lights go out, I can still perform.
Yeah.
Because I don't need energy to move my craft. And even I'm an educator as well, so I go into schools, and teachers and staff are blown away that I can keep the students' attention for a half hour, 45 minutes, because people miss the tangible texture things. They need to see and feel something.
Yeah.
And the virtual thing, it's cool, but you always want to come back. Plus, it's a throwback where I think puppetry is making a comeback as well.
Yeah.
I think people, crave that.
Yeah.
That realness in this digital world.
I've seen you do the range, the spectrum of, like, this is cute, puppies are cool, T-Rex. And then, of course, I've been in some of your performances when you're talking about Nat Turner. And there was a very powerful performance you did about lynchings.
Yes.
Explain why such a diverse, why are you expanding, especially into the serious stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I always wanted to do adult theater with puppets. That's my passion, but of course, you say puppeteer, and then the child thing comes in. I mean, I was a special ed teacher, so children are my passion as well, so it was a natural thing to have such diversity, because I even built a puppet where I was teaching children with special needs social skills with a puppet. So I'm that interdimensional where, like you said, it's, hey, happy puppet, or damn, a lynching. I'm at both ends of the spectrum.
That performance, at least as far as the one I was attending, we were applauded, and then you started doing it, and it was just silence, and not because of boredom. And I could see some people in front of me. They were kind of like, almost like they were watching it happen, right then and there.
Awesome.
It was that powerful a piece.
Oh, thank you.
If you go to your website, you can see how much involvement you have locally. We showed a video with you working big time, Missy Elliott, Pharrell. I've seen you in the video with Steve Harvey, like big names. But a lot of your stuff, you do a lot with the community.
Yes.
Like, do you feel that's key? But that's important to do.
I mean, that's who I am. When I got the call to do the Missy Elliott video, I was working at a private school with children with special needs. And I flew out there for 10 days. I'm hanging out with producers and all this money and fame and fortune. And I got back 10 days later. It took me a minute to readjust. And I was like, and my students ran up to me like, Mr. P, Mr. P. I'm like, see, this is where my fan base is.
Yep.
You know, the people see me online or whatever, you know, and they meet me in person. Oh, you know, that's cool. It's kind of embarrassing. Like, fame embarrasses me.
Yeah.
When I walk into a room and people I don't know my face and, like, you know, say, oh, man, you're Jeghetto, I kind of pull back. So I like hiding behind puppets. So the whole fame thing, and I don't know if I want that, you know what I'm saying? But I guess I don't have a choice now.
Well, it happens either way.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone of your capabilities.
Actually, I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know if my mic is on. The red light is on.
It is.
You're talking about having hiding behind the puppets. But I'm curious because when I watch your face when you're moving with the puppet, you're in the puppet.
I am the puppet.
You are the puppet.
Yeah.
Okay, can you talk a little bit about that?
I mean, one of my first mission statements was becoming one through the art of puppetry, you know, promoting oneness. So even I tell people, even if you, like example, like martial arts, you practice your technique, and then you put a sword in your hand or a weapon, and the weapon is an extension of you. So the puppet is the extension of me. And the whole phrase, breathing life into a puppet, I do that literally. When I'm holding a puppet, the puppet takes on the same exact breathing pattern as I do. And if you notice, even I don't use my arms, I move my whole body to move the puppet. So I'm one with the puppet, and thank you for noticing.
Obviously, this is the Carrboro Film Festival.
Yes, it is.
And there was a talk before the show, and it sounded like you were actually working on a film?
Yes, the pandemic turned me into like a lightweight film guy now.
Okay.
So even the show Just Another Lynching that you spoke of, that's a short film now.
Okay.
So I'm looking for venues to show it, maybe like small crowds, or even I'll set a date where I'm showing it, you know, on my website or whatnot.
Okay.
And I just got a grant from Heather Henson's Handmade Puppet Dreams Company to do a short film of my stage show Spinocchio. So when I'm done with that, they'll put it. They have a platform, Amazon Prime.
Okay.
So you'll get to see it streamed on there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a big deal. I'm proud of that.
Well, we're about to wrap up this conversation, but before we do, you have some puppets that are available on your website. Is that right?
Yes, I have merchandise. I have T-shirts, different. I make homemade, handmade toys, and I commission puppets, and performances, workshops. It's all on my website.
Yeah, if you're looking for a holiday gift or a
It'd be
birthday
perfect.
present.
Yes. And I have a special order of $50 or over is free shipping.
There you go.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank y'all for having me.
Such a highlight.
Thank you.
Yes,
thank you for coming, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, there are a lot of harsh realities in the world. We all know this. It's no surprise. But it's always important to remember that people are out there doing good work, making good things happen. And if you need a reminder of this, you should check out Setting Things Right. It is a collection of documentaries at the Carrboro Film Festival 2020. Here, take a look.
You know, I've seen a lot of people die outdoors. A lot of people every year.
I was diagnosed this January with type 2 diabetes. The first thing was going through my head is, oh my God, I'm gonna die.
How to build a cave, a bold experiment in artificial habitat.
When it comes down to it, that piece of paper is going to confirm what your vote is. And if anything went wrong, you can catch it there.
Dude, what are you doing?
Oh, dude, I'm scouting for talent. This film festival is amazing.
Are you looking for actors for like your new independent film?
Huh? Oh, no, I'm putting together a baseball team.
Baseball?
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm not getting any younger. Plus, my therapist, she said I should try new things.
Do you know anything about putting together a baseball team?
Dude, I know all about baseball. I've seen Sandlot 37 times.
Yeah, I don't think that counts for putting together a baseball team.
Well, no, but, dude, that's what makes it so exciting.
I don't think this is a good idea.
Why can't you ever support me? I'm done. I'm leaving. Have fun hosting the show by yourself.
I've got his wallet. You are listening to WCOM LP, Chapel Hill, Carrboro, and we'll be right back. But it will count towards your community service.
And I'm back. You know, I still can't believe I got arrested for Christmas caroling.
Dude, it was the middle of June and you had a chainsaw.
It was performance art.
Earlier, I mentioned Keith Knight's show on Hulu called Woke. Let's check out the trailer.
Folks, we are here with now neo-local legend, cartoonist, award-winning cartoonist, ye old gentleman cartoonist, Mr. Keith Knight.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, dude, thank you for coming.
It's amazing to be able to go out on a Saturday night. Just be somewhere.
We just be somewhere, and we're trying to keep it clean. We got sanitizing there. This is the legendary Cat's Cradle venue that normally holds about 800 people, and we've got about 10.
Yeah.
You know, just like no, just that's it. That's the limit. But you, first of all, everybody pay attention. It is official, season 2.
Season 2.
You have been, dude, congratulations.
Season 2.
Everybody.
Woo! Season 2!
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah.
So, I gotta ask, now that this ship is rolling, what inspired you to make Woke?
My industry imploding, the print industry going down the tubes. I was living a very enjoyable existence in San Francisco, but I watched the internet sort of wipe out, the print industry, and I was losing newspapers, and I just saw venues like closing, like music venues, and I had a nice rent-controlled apartment, but I didn't want to be the bitter San Franciscan, 20 years down the line going, I remember San Francisco was cool, So, I just said to my wife, this is the time to go down to LA, see if we can develop something for television. And headed down to LA and, met the right people, and just everything fell in line. The planets aligned. And so.
Have there been any surprises as you make this transition, your work on the page to now your work on the screen?
Surprising. I don't know if it's surprising, but I mean, I guess a global pandemic is surprising.
Yeah.
It's like the world totally going down the tubes. Well, I become successful. I guess that was that was kind of surprising.
Well, it's got to be somebody, and if it's going to be somebody, I nominate you.
Yeah, but really, just what was surprising to me was how I always knew I would develop something for TV or film, but I thought it would be some sleazy, film company out of Nevada who says, we ran out of money, we got an infusion from some Eastern European, but there's going to be lots more nudity or something like that, you know? And the fact that we have this amazing cast.
That cast.
Oh my
I
gosh,
love
the
the
cast is
poster.
brilliant.
It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
the cast and the animation, like the director, Mo Marable, was like, you know what? Like, I don't want to do 2D animation. I want to use puppetry, which I love the fact that this whole night at Jeghetto was really like the first artist that I saw when I first moved here, and he had the T-Rex, and we were all just blown away by it. But, you know, the puppetry just elevated the show to just somewhere else. And, the acting, the music. Stanley Clark did the music for the show, which is like
jazz legend. Stanley Clark,
just you know, I couldn't imagine all that happening. So
now I remember you've blessed us by coming on Matinee Prices a couple of times, which we appreciate, and of course the door is always open.
I love the show.
Yeah, and I remember when you were hinting at the show, you were like, all right, I can tell you this, but I can't tell you this, you know, no. And I remember the animation was a big secret.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit, because I've seen pictures, sort of the drawings, and then you see it on the show, and they come to life. Talk about why was that a secret?
Well, I mean, we considered it the special sauce, and it was so hard to convince people that it would work, which is, okay, we're going to do this thing about police brutality and racism, but it's going to be funny, and then there's going to be inanimate objects that come to life during, it was hard to convince people of it. In fact, when we shot the stuff, we waited till we got all the all the computer, it was real life stuff, but we didn't want to show the executives Lamorne talking to, seeing some guy behind the thing shaking, it wasn't going to convince them let's give them more money. So we waited till they completed one of the scenes, completely. And once you saw that, you were like, oh, this does work, this does work. So we were just so excited, and we didn't want to give it away too much because it was just something that was going to set our show apart from other shows. And everything just seemed to come together. It was just amazing.
You talked about, or you just mentioned the sort of seriousness and then the cartoons of the show. And I was wondering that. I think we were both wondering that. A show that talks about the trials of being a person of color in this country, the physical, emotional, and mental toll that it takes.
Yeah.
And then you infuse the show. The show is so funny with so much comedy. How difficult to walk the line is that?
Well, I mean, that's what my work is known for, is to sort of deals with these issues, but deals with humor, with a lot of humor. And I think that's the best way to sort of, deal with these issues. It's sort of the medicine. The humor is the medicine. So to take that sensibility from the page to the screen, that was really important to me. And so it was just a lot of dramedies emphasize the drama and not so much the humor. And I just remember being on set just saying, I just want to be the funniest dramedy out there, And so, and I think we managed to do that. And,
you did. I told Huru it's like being tickled, to the point of you can't stand it, and also being punched in the face at the same time.
That's it.
I was laughing out loud when I watched it.
That was it. It's
success.
Tickle, tickle, punch. Tickle, 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 punch, punch. That was what we wanted to do. And that was, I always said that, I wanted to make a comic strip that I would read. And it's the same with the shows. I want to make a show that I would watch. And so this is the show that I would watch. And I've been doing comics for 28 years professionally. Mm-hmm. And it's this is what has worked for me. So I'm just going to do what's worked for me in any medium. And so it's gratifying, and and the money's a lot better than cartoon.
There you go. And speaking of which, like you said, you've been doing this for nearly 3 decades now.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask if someone had the collection of The Nightlife and K Chronicles and Think, if someone had a collection of those cartoons and strips and gone to your website and bought a few.
KChronicles.com.
KChronicles.com. Could we follow a little bit of what's going on in woke, kind of like Game of Thrones or Harry Potter?
You'll see jokes in it all throughout it that reference the comics, and like it just depends. Like someone who's never heard of my stuff will still find the show funny, but anyone who's followed my stuff will see all these inside jokes and will see jokes that were on the page that come to the screen. But anybody who's known me for a while, anybody from San Francisco, like people from San Francisco will get all these San Francisco jokes. Right. Black folks will get all these jokes that these inside jokes. People from Boston will get jokes. It's all, I love the idea of people from different perspectives still watching, like, and finding the humor in different ways than other people. Right. So that was fun to do. It was fun to do.
We have to. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, and I just want to say it's a testament to the group of people that were working with me. I mean, cartooning is such a solitary thing. It was nice to work with a team of all these different folks and their priority was to make sure that my sensibility remained in it. So that was great.
Yeah, right on.
I was going to say we have to wrap up, but I was wondering one thing. What was it like to experience your first time watching the show on the screen when it was totally finished?
It's interesting because I've seen it, I don't know, like 100 times every episode because I was part of the editing. Wow. I was part of like so many aspects.
They kept you in the room.
Putting music. Like I had, a bit to do all through it.
You helped with the soundtrack and everything?
Yeah.
I follow that Spotify playlist for Woke.
It's a great playlist, right?
It is wonderful.
And it was a combination of myself, the co-creator, Marshall Todd, and then like Issa Rae has a company called Radio, RAEDIO, and they help put it together. And of course, Stanley Clark's music included in it. But like you're so inside of it that you don't even know what's good or what's like. I was like, I don't even know if any of this is good, So it was finally, I got to see it. Someone put me on a Zoom at a public screening in Denver. And so I got to sit on this, on this computer and watch people watch, I think, episode 2. And to see them laughing at certain things, it was just so nice. And that's the thing that kills me the most is we haven't been able to do a public screening. I would have loved to have done a public screening at here or 2 doors down or whatever, and just sit and I hope we get to do that at some point. I'd love to do it, but it's I'm humbled by
first crack of daylight we get. We'll make that happen.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
But thank you for inviting me. This is
thank you for being here. And
we're so lucky that you came up on stage
and
with Huru tonight.
Congratulations again on season 2.
Yeah. No,
right on.
I'm psyched.
Yeah. Woohoo! Yeah, Keith Knight. Keith Knight, everyone. Make sure you check out Woke on Hulu. 2nd season is on the way. Now, if you love comedy, we hope you'll enjoy our Best Form of Therapy block in the Carrboro Film Festival 2020. But if you're a sucker for drama, you can soak that up in the I Think I'll Be All Right block. I think I'll be all right. Take a look.
I mean, what does violence mean anyways nowadays, right?
These agitated peacocks would peck the ears of the children.
It's time to eat. No, this is not my lunch.
You're not gonna clean it up or lick it up.
When you think about it, you're kind of a hero.
Black Friday is only one day. What do you do the rest of the year?
Work out.
Hey Cameron, looks like you got a new mask.
Yeah, it's the zombie from Day of the Dead. George Romero, classic.
Check it out. I got a face shield on top.
Lost Boys, Santa Carla Chinese takeaway.
This one's really comfortable.
Never ending story. These two ladies here, they tried to kill Atreyu, but they failed because he was confident. Be confident.
All right, you can't beat this one. Pulp Fiction, Sam Jackson.
Fleetwood Mask.
You okay?
Mm-hmm. I'm okay. Are you okay?
It's fine. Yeah, it was for the best.
Come on, Kimmy. Better it be eaten by you than some shark.
I reject that God and his fake blessing.
She hails from Argentina, and her music ranges from jazz, Latin folk, to R&B and soul. Please welcome to the stage, Azul.
Thank you so much. Buenas noches, mis amigos, mi familia. He extrañado mucho el escenario. Estoy muy contenta de poder compartir con ustedes. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Thank you to Carrboro Film Festival for having me. I'm very excited to be back on a stage. This song is called Sharks. Did you know that sharks have to keep moving to stay alive? If they stop moving, they die. And that really inspired me, one Shark Week ago, to write a song about how we have to keep moving too. This is Sharks. Doing nothing instead of something is how you lose. It burns more like drowning, like ice should. It'll stop your heart, won't let you catch your breath. It'll hold you still, neither sing nor swim. Now, if you've been holding in a breath and your shoulders are up to here all week, I invite you to take a deep breath in with right now and let it go. Ready? Sing more songs than lovers love, and you'll never be lonely. You gotta play your games and players play, and you'll find the world is so funny. You gotta wake up and choose how you gonna make your moves. You gotta wake up and choose. to stop your heart, won't let you catch your breath. It'll hold you still, neither sing nor swim. You gotta sing more songs than lovers love, and you'll never be lonely. You gotta play more games than players play, and you'll find the world is so funny. You gotta wake up and choose how you gonna make your moves. You gotta wake up and choose how you gonna make your Thank you so much. My good friend Bethany McKee is here today. I'm very, very happy to have her as a friend. I'm missing my bandmates, TJ and Nikki. I wish they could be here. Lots of love to you too. This next one is called Giving. Giving and taking in a relationship, any kind of relationship, parental, romantic, friendship, all of that. At some point, you have to make sure you're giving enough to yourself and not just being taken away. The song's called Giving. That you gave me an ocean, I was already drowning. That you gave me the last word, I was already gone. Try to give me the whole world, I was already past it. So good at giving it all, and I've given up. Never know what I needed, but you planted and seeded all the lies and the whispers to keep me holding on. Try to give me the whole world, I was already past it. So good at giving it all, and I've given up. Watch me giving up, giving up. You better 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 watch me giving up, giving up. Watch me sing out, watch me be proud of myself. And for the first time before your eyes, watch me be sure, watch me be more than you've ever known. Watch me give myself a home that you could never hold. Watch me give it all to myself, the good and the bad. You never show me anything else. That you gave me an ocean, I was already drowning. That you gave me the last word, I was already gone. Thank you so much. The last two I'm going to do are going to be songs that will be released next year. This one coming up is called Stay the Heart. I like to write about relationships that I've lived through, that I've watched happen. This one particularly is about my parents' divorce. It's not easy being a kid. It's not easy being the person that's going through the divorce, but sometimes you find out what they're saying, one side to the other side, they're saying the same thing. And so that's where Stay the Heart came from. Stay far away, somewhere farther than here, somewhere I can't hear, far away from my fears. Stay in love. I never thought you could be so cruel. Now I know it was me you were wrong to love. Stay far away, somewhere farther than here, somewhere I can't hear. I need silence, I need quiet, somewhere peaceful to cry my heart out. It can't stay here. I was wrong to love you. You were right to hold me far away from your heart. Stay far away, somewhere farther than here, somewhere I can't hear the words you say when I'm not there. I was wrong and you were right. Someone has to give up the fight. I wish I was stronger to handle the flames, to handle the flames. And the truth of your hurt is in your touch. And I pulled you home, and I pulled you so much closer. And I just can't stand to feel the same, but I can, and I won't ever be the same, the same. So why, oh why can't we breathe a little harder, speak a little softer? Can we stay a little longer and be who we once were? Stay far away, somewhere farther than here, somewhere I can't hear. You can't see me cry, can't stand when you see me cry. I can't stand when you see me cry.
Azul, everyone. She has one more before we close out the show this evening. We want to thank you so much for coming and supporting Carrboro Film Festival 2020. We have a couple of winners. The question was, what is your favorite movie featuring puppets and why? What is your favorite movie featuring puppets and why? Paul Siebes loves The Dark Crystal. So Paul will be winning a prize package of gift cards worth $60. We have one more winner, though. And I know this chap. His name is Robert Cantrell, and he loves the film Labyrinth. He'll be winning a gift card packet as well. Thank you so much, you guys. Yeah, woo-woo! Thank you so much for being with us. Check out the festival, www.carborofilm.org. We're going to have one last song from Azul. Please welcome her back to the stage. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you so much, Carrboro Film Festival, for having Bethany and I here tonight. I would have said Muppets Christmas Carol.
Definitely.
Yeah, those two are kind of dark, but yeah, sure. We've played some sad songs for you guys this evening, so we thought we'd lighten the mood. This is one of my favorite songs to perform. It's called Magic. I wrote it when I couldn't walk. I had to relearn how to walk. I had to rely and lean on my friends and tell people what I really needed. And I needed to believe in myself more. I needed to believe that other people would be there if I fell, literally, if I fell. And I think 2020 has taught a lot of us this same lesson, and it continues to teach it to us over and over and over again. But I think that we're headed towards a better place if we just believe in each other a little more, believe in the magic between a friendly glance, a nice, hey, how are ya? Calling on your friends a little more. So this is Magic. My name is Azul. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks so much for watching, I guess. Thank you. This is Magic. We trip and stumble and we pull ourselves up. Keep our head humble just to see what we got. Ask people questions more and more every day. Look in the mirror and we ask the same way. Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in impossible things? Do you believe in magic? I'm not trying to scare you, I'm just asking. Do you believe in wonders? Do you get scared even in the daylight? I hope and pray for a better day, a better way. I make believe in a better turn than I deserve. Don't forget, I can see it in your eyes. Don't forget that I know you know how it is sometimes. Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in impossible things? Do you believe in magic? I'm not trying to scare you, I'm just asking. Do you believe in wonders? Do you get scared even in the daylight? I'm not begging, I'm just helpless and harmless. But I'm hoping it's all not worthless. Don't forget, I can see it in your eyes. Don't forget that I know you know how it is sometimes. If the people in Cat's Cradle would like to sing along,